Hey guys, welcome back to PoorMans Guns. Today I have a much anticipated review for you. I'm not going to have any shooting video today, but I will in the future. I haven't had, to be honest, a lot of range time with this. Enough to give my honest feedback on its performance as far as accuracy goes. I can make assumptions about durability, but in all honesty I've had probably less than 100 rounds through this. If you've been following the channel, you probably know that I am a huge fan of Savage, especially when it comes to rimfires. I think the Savage Mark II in any flavor is one of the hardest to beat 22s on the market. They're rimfires in general, but specifically the 22 LRs. Well, I think I have finally come across something that, when you're talking about apples to apples in the same price range, is a very fair competitor. And this is this Ruger American Rimfire sitting in front of me. This is my wife's gun. It's in Money Girl Camo. You can also get it in plain black. They might even have regular camo varieties. There are a lot of features built into this for the price range. I believe we're talking about a $300 price range roughly for the Money Girl version. And that includes everything you're seeing except for the scope, which I'll mention that later, but as it's not part of the gun, we won't focus so much on that. There are so many features, I really don't know where to start. I'm not going to give you every single detail. I'm going to give you what sets it apart. So starting at the butt of the gun, you have, if you can tell where this black piece is, there's a pretty distinctive line where it goes from the Money Girl Camo to the black. This entire piece is removable. All you do is unscrew the swivel mount for your sling, and this piece slides off. It includes the piece with the raised cheek cone for using a scope, and it also includes the flat piece, which would be used for using the open sights that are included. Another added benefit of this, it comes with both, and you can get different lengths of pull. So they can either shorten or lengthen this to give you a different length of pull without doing any modification to the gun, which is excellent. The Ruger American, outside of the Rimfire version, I believe is built on that same exact platform now, which is a pretty awesome feature. And most features within the regular American series, you're getting with this. You had a Tang safety, which has a very distinctive F, and it is for fire. And I prefer one of these over the crossbolt or other forms of safety. It's a lot more like a rifle, and this is, again, modeled after the Ruger American for center fires, and it's pretty accurately modeled. They have, moving on forward, we'll start with the bolt. It's a very smooth operating bolt for a 22. That's sometimes hard to come by, and for some people it's not a big deal. For me, I personally value that. Moving on to the trigger. It is a very excellent trigger. As you can tell, it's a two-stage trigger. This gun has been checked, magazine's been cleared. It's a two-stage trigger, very, very similar to the Savage AccuTrigger. A lot of companies have come out with their own clone of this, and Ruger has been no different on this. I don't remember right offhand what theirs is called. I will put it in the description though. But it is a very nice trigger. I would call it 95% as good as Savage's. It is very light, very crisp, and I think it comes set on 2.5 to 3 pounds. That might be the lightest, I'm not sure on those specs. Again, I'll drop that in the description. It does come with actual Weaver or Picatinny style scope bases versus the 3/8 air rifle or 22 scope mounting rail, which is very nice, which means you can use regular rings. And it's just a much better mounting system. Again, that would be equal to Savage or other nicer 22s out there. Another great feature with this, and I really enjoy this, if you have a Ruger 1022, you'll probably recognize this magazine or this magazine. It comes with a 10-round box magazine, but it accepts the BX25s, all your Butler Creek magazines. It takes the same exact magazine as your 1022. That is an awesome feature, in my opinion. It means you can run the 25 rounders, you can run anything you can imagine through it. Which, therefore, if you own a 1022, this makes a very nice complement to that. to have the bolt equivalent. Moving on forward, it's kind of hard to tell here because there's not a lot of clearance, but this is a flip down rear sight for your open sights. It makes it very nice for mounting the scope. As you can tell when I put these low rings on here, this is a 40mm objective, I believe, and just barely cleared, but it wouldn't have without that flip down rear sight, so that makes it very nice. By the way, this is a 4-12 by 40 Nikon rimfire, specifically designed for the 22 LR. And it's been a very nice scope and a very nice complement to this particular rifle. Moving on forward to the barrel, I'm not sure how well you can tell the profile on camera, but it is a decent profile barrel. It's actually, I would personally consider it a borderline heavy barrel. Not a bull barrel or a target barrel, but it would be considered a heavy barrel in my opinion. I don't have a piece of paper right off hand, but if you can tell by the flex, it is perfectly free floated all the way back to the action as it should be. And then on the very front you have your optic for your front sight, which the open sights are very nice on this gun. They're definitely not lacking. I just wanted a scope because this is going to be for a little bit longer distance shooting. So those are some of the features that set it apart from the crowd, and definitely the combination of those features for the price really sets it apart. I have found thus far, I haven't ran a lot of ammo through it, but it seems to be running best with your standard velocity CCI range. This would be your 1,000 to 1,100 foot per second range, 38 to 40 grain lead nose, soft nose, or copper plated. It also does good with the famous mini mags, which get into the 12 to 1,300 foot per second range. So anything from that standard to high velocity. I haven't got to test it with something like Stingers or something like the CCI Quiets that get down into the subsonic level, but I do hope to test those very soon. And within that, 100 to 150 rounds that I put through it thus far, this is an example of after it got sighted in, what we were hitting at about 50 yards. So very impressive results, probably right about an inch, maybe a little less, grouping at 50 yards. And again, that was maybe 20 minutes on the gun after getting it sighted in, so that's pretty darn impressive in my opinion, right out of the box. Nothing at all that needs done on this. Get yourself some rings, get a scope, and you are going to be pretty well good to go after you get it sighted in. Also, the weight factor, it's just an excellent gun. It's excellent for bench shooting. It does widen out up here on the foregrip pretty well, which makes it good for bench. It's lightweight, makes it good for hunting, squirrel hunting, etc. A lot of uses for this gun, a lot of potential, and a really good price range. As far as the Mark II from Savage, this would most compare to, it's really hard to say. If you find one that's the exact same price with similar features, I bet they're going to compare pretty similarly on durability, accuracy, features. It's just going to be what you're wanting. If you already have a 1022 and you're trying to pick a bolt action 22 long rifle now, this might be the better route to go. If you already have your BX25s or the 10 round magazines, you're not going to have to get all those additional magazines. You're not going to be lacking on any features. It's going to be an excellent gun. It's Ruger. What else can I say about it? As always though, guys, this gets PoorMans Seal of Approval, and there will be images of this coming up on the website soon, so please keep checking back on that. We're adding new features all the time to the website, so please keep, if you haven't already, please go there, sign up, etc. Check it out. Let us know what you think. If you have any questions on this, drop them on the website, drop them in the comment section below. You guys know the drill. I will try to answer anything as soon as I can. But I have been very happy with this, and that takes a lot because you guys know how much I love Savage rimfires. Thanks, guys.
I ain't rich, but I damn sure wanna be. Working like a dog all day ain't working for me.